Smackdown live stream. We are going to be live streaming our live thoughts, reactions to this week's Smackdown live, and obviously it comes off the back of what was largely a disappointing Raw. I don't think Raw this week was really that great, if I'm being honest. But I've got high hopes for SmackDown. SmackDown is usually the better show. And obviously we've got a little bit of time to talk about Raw. Talk about all the things that are going on. So hello to everyone in the chat. I can see everyone in there. Hello. Imagine if Days forgot. I am a little bit late. But not that late. Look, you can see we've got the countdown clock. We are just under an hour away from SmackDown, so this is a new feature that we've brought onto the live stream. Just down here, little countdown clock, so that if you are joining us a little bit late, you'll know how long it is till the show starts. And if you're watching on catch-up and you want to just fast forward to when the show begins, then again, the countdown clock is there to make it easier for you. So, brand new feature that I'm really excited is now on the channel. The other thing that we've changed as well is that the scrolling text along the bottom, that will be changed over to results. So again, if you join us late, you'll be able to see everything that's gone down on the show up to that point. I will jot all the big key moments on that scrolling text. So, yeah, very cool. I hope everyone is well. Hello to everyone in the chat. As we said, we've got a lot to go through. Super excited. Genuinely am excited for this show because I just feel like Raw was a bit flat. And I think they're going to want SmackDown to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. I think it will. I think they've got some big names. I think they've got some interesting stories. They've got the ability to give us great in-ring action. And probably most importantly, it's only 2 hours rather than 3. So that means less filler. I really feel like you could make a fantastic 1 hour wrestling show out of Raw. Like, I think you get a great hour's worth of wrestling. The only problem is it's spaced out across 3. So so that means you get 2 hours of like just filler and a lot of promos that don't really hit the mark and matches that don't mean anything and la 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 la. But I think like an hour would be epic. Like, yeah, I don't know why they don't look at taking Raw down. Why not bring in another show? Why not have a third show? Then you could have Raw as 2 hours. You could have SmackDown as 2 hours, and then bring in a new 2 hour show. So you're still getting the same amount of time. If anything, it'd be a little bit longer. But you're taking the pressure off Raw. I feel like there's too much pressure on Raw for it to be the flagship and 3 hours long, and it's not coping. It's not working at the moment. Hello to everyone. Hi Dave's been watching since 2017. What would you say was more emotional, Kofi becoming the champion or the Rhodes Brothers at Double or Nothing? I think the Rhodes Brothers was more emotional. I feel like the Kofi story. I mean, if you think at Royal Rumble, I can't even remember what Kofi was doing. I genuinely, he was in the Rumble match, wasn't he? Because he always has his Royal Rumble moments. So he will have been in the Royal Rumble match. But, I mean, he was nowhere near the title picture at the Royal Rumble. So the build for Kofi was only in a few months for them to tell that story. Now, I know the story was he'd been around for 11 years. But the truth is, he'd never even been close to the main event scene. Like, this isn't a guy that's tried a few times and fallen short. He's just never even tried. He just never even got to that level. So, yeah, I kind of feel like it was a nice moment, and Kofi deserves it, and you've got Kofi Mania, and people are really happy. But I feel like it was a last-minute booking decision that not was rushed, but I think if they wanted to tell that story for next year's WrestleMania, I think they'd do it a different way. I think that they would have him maybe in a couple of title matches and then have him cheated out of it so that when he finally gets it, it would feel even bigger. They had to kind of rush that story. But I thought the Rhodes Brothers, I mean, there's a lot of history there. Obviously, you've got Cody, who was very unhappy with WWE, left and went into the unknown, and look at him now, really landed on his feet. And you got Dustin, who's a legend with the Gold Dust character, and you kind of think, well, is he done now? WWE haven't done anything with him for a long time, and so I think to have that moment where the wrestling world was watching them two, I mean, Cody had taken that chance and it's worked. Dustin, were his best days behind him. But for that brief moment, the wrestling world was watching those two Rhodes Brothers, and they put on one of the best matches of the year, which I don't think people were expecting. People certainly weren't expecting that level of blood. So put on one of the best matches of the year, and then afterwards, when we thought, wow, look, Cody's won, so Dustin must be retiring. I think for Cody to say, you don't get to retire. Like, I'm not giving you that. I get to choose a partner I want at the next show. And the way he said it as well, he was like, I don't need a tag partner. I don't need a friend. I need a brother. And you just kind of go, kind of gets you, doesn't it? So I kind of feel like that had more emotion. It didn't need a build because they were brothers. And there was a whole story there already. So fascinating stuff. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was told very well. Even like the start where he broke the throne. And obviously a message to Triple H and WWE. So you kind of got some at the start. Then you had the epic match. Then you had afterwards. They even had DDP carrying Brandy away. Brandy spearing Dustin on the outside. So there was loads of moments that were like dotted throughout it, and the blood as well. So there was a lot that kind of helped the match. But I think overall as a package, I'd say that was more emotional for me. WWE is flat. Brian Alvarez said today the guy at the top is out of his mind with yes men. It's always been that way. Like, Vince has always surrounded himself with people who will largely go with what he says. The truth is, though, I actually listen to a lot of podcasts, and I love the Bruce Pritchard's podcast, Something to Wrestle With. And he actually said, look, I'm not a yes man. I'm not there to just agree with whatever Vince wants to do. But what you have to understand is that when Vince has made a decision, that's it. Like, what do you do? Like, if you think it's wrong and Vince tells you, no, this is what we're doing, what are you meant to do at that point? You've got to go with it. Otherwise, you're out of a job anyway. So it's not so much that they're yes men. It's the fact that there's no alternative. Like, Vince will do what Vince wants to do. I don't think Vince really gambles that much. I don't think he really, goes, like, if someone comes to him and goes, this is going to work, I'm not sure he really goes with other people's instincts. He just trusts in his own. I can't really blame him for that. He's been very successful. I don't even really want to blame Vince too much, if I'm being honest, because I just think he's a great businessman. I think he is out of touch with the creative side of things. But honestly, I think as wrestling fans, we can be a little bit guilty about blaming Vince McMahon. Here's an example. Did you know that the Kabuki Warriors, which is Asuka and Kairi Sane, they apparently wanted to call themselves that? They wanted to call themselves the Kabuki Girls. Now, WWE said no to that. You're not calling yourself the Kabuki Girls. So they changed it to the Kabuki Warriors. Now, as soon as that name was announced, everyone kicked off. They were like, what? What? Kabuki Warriors? Like, people didn't like it. But that has come not from Vince, but from Asuka and Kairi Sane. They chose that name. But everyone was like, oh, Vince is out of touch. Why is he... What is he calling them? The Kabuki Warriors? So, yeah, I think we can be a little bit quick to blame him. The bottom line is, it doesn't necessarily matter where the issues are. The issues are there. And what WWE needs to do is address the issues. They need to actually pinpoint what is wrong with the show and change that. And I honestly don't think they have really got to the problem yet. I mean, for me, one of the problems is the fact that you have matches that just don't really have any consequence. Like, it doesn't matter what the outcome of the matches are. I feel like that is a fundamental problem. Take Ricochet against Cesaro. Absolutely incredible match and a real highlight of Raw. Like, if you ask people that watched Raw, they'll tell you that Ricochet against Cesaro was one of the best things on the show, and I completely agree. But what was it for? Like, what was the point in them two having this great match? Because it was great and it was a highlight of Raw. But what was the point? And where do we go from here? And do you know what I mean? Like, it's not as if they were fighting for anything. I've heard rumor that AEW might bring in some kind of points-based system whereby when you win, you get points. If you lose, you don't. And then there's a league table, a lot like basketball, football, soccer, something along those lines. I think that's really interesting. I feel like there's something there, some kind of value to that. In fact, you see it in the G1, don't you? You see it in New Japan Pro Wrestling. They do something along those lines. So I just feel like then at least the matches would have a bit more purpose. I really like the idea of, you could even bring in relegation. You could have wrestlers that get relegated. So you've got like this league of wrestlers that can all compete for the title, but maybe at the end of every quarter, like every 3 months, some wrestlers get relegated from that league. Some new wrestlers join, and then those are the wrestlers that are competing for the titles. Or, I don't know, I mean, if you was to start with a blank sheet of paper and actually jot down what you would do, you could come up with this weird and wonderful stuff. And this is just some of the ideas I've heard in regards to AEW. Not the relegation thing. Although I do think that'd be interesting. Imagine that. Imagine a match where if you lose, you're taken out of that top tier. You're taken out of that like main event, if you will. You're reduced down to like where the jobbers are or something. Again, I'm not sure how they would word that, but I just feel like that'd be really interesting. It'd be quite tense. And kind of like what you see with sport, you know, on the final day of a season, you got two teams battling it out to see who can stay in the league and who's going to get relegated. There's got to be an aspect of that you can bring into wrestling, because that's what all you're doing is copying what other sports do, and actually Fox want it to have more of a sports-like feel, so that would give it more of a sports-like feel if you had promotion and relegation and things along those lines. Even if you don't like those ideas, I'm not saying that's what they should bring in. I'm just kind of saying, like, this is the out-of-the-box thinking that I really feel that WWE should be looking at. Not even if it is that idea, but just something along those lines. Turning the lights off on the crowd and changing a few graphics in that third hour of Raw achieves nothing. They didn't even do it for the last hour. They did it for like the last 40 minutes. We were still watching one of the matches. I think it was the Fatal 4-Way. And they hadn't done anything. It was still the same graphics. Everything was the same. I thought they'd cancelled it. It's really interesting, actually, what they're doing with that third hour of Raw, because that will bring us to the Sami Zayn situation, and we are going to talk a little bit more about that. People saying that I'm ranting. I'm not. I'm trying not to rant. I'm just kind of saying, I'm more making a point that I feel that WWE really need to address some big issues, not just little things. Do you know what I mean? And it feels like they're just messing around with a few little things. And I mean, like the structure of the show, I agree with C Wrestling. I think C Wrestling was right when he said they changed the structure of Raw. So the first hour of Raw was promos. It was character development. It was storyline development. And then the second hour was, we had some matches. The third hour is meant to be this new edgy hour of Raw. There wasn't really anything edgy apart from Sami Zayn saying AEW. And then we got like a match that wasn't announced in advance. So we got Sami versus Seth. It was kind of made on the spot. Wasn't like, stick around till the end of the night. You're going to see Sami versus Seth. So that's kind of a little change that they've brought in, which, they're all right, but they're not going to save Raw. You've got to do something more than that, in my opinion. But hey, we could carry on ranting and raving. So yes, hello to everyone in the chat. So hey Days, what is your dream match of all time? Any superstar from any show? Good question. Dream match of all time. I'm sure this is a question that's popped up before. So I will ask people in the chat what their dream match would be. I think if you was going to have a dream match, it would probably make sense to kind of look at people from the past and put them in with someone in the present. So I really feel like, I don't know, I mean, like, off the top of my head, Bruno Sammartino, who is one of the all-time great athletes, one of the strongest people that's ever been in the WWE, one of the greatest champions they've ever had. Real big guy as well, He once wrestled a monkey, like a gorilla. He actually had a fight with a gorilla once. Champion for, I want to say 11 years. His first reign was 7 years. His second reign was for 4 years. So 11 years in total he was champion. Pretty much throughout all of the 60s and the early 70s, Bruno Sammartino was the man. So I just think like maybe taking him and seeing how he would do against Brock. I think Brock is one of the biggest, most impressive superstars of all time. I think he will go down in the history books. I don't think people really give him the credit that he deserves. Yeah, he doesn't turn up to shows, but just look at him and look at what he has achieved. He is a former UFC heavyweight champion. That's as legit as it gets. He is like king of the cage fighters for a short time. So, I kind of feel like it'd be really interesting to see them two go at it. But then, I still would love that Sting-Undertaker match. I think that would be incredible. I would like to see Manami Toyota, who never competed in WWE, but is regarded as the greatest female wrestler of all time. So, Manami Toyota, maybe, putting her in a match with Asuka, because I really feel like Asuka is the best in this generation. I think Io Shirai is arguably the best, but I don't know. I still feel like Asuka she's kind of fulfilled a lot of her potential. Io has still got she's still got potential that needs fulfilling. I feel like Asuka has already fulfilled a lot of that potential. First winner of the Women's Royal Rumble, for example. She is a champion, SmackDown Live Women's Champion. She's had great WrestleMania moments. That match against Charlotte where her streak ended, brilliant. A great match. Really great match. A shock moment when she finally tapped as well. But that didn't really take anything away from Asuka, in my opinion. I still rate her as high as I always have. So, yeah, I feel like Manami Toyota against Asuka. I feel like Sammartino against Lesnar, Sting against Undertaker. You could even do, if you want to just pick fantasy match, because it would be huge. Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold. Hulk Hogan, John Cena. Imagine Hulk Hogan in his prime against John Cena in his prime. Like, just imagine that as a WrestleMania main event. That would be incredible. Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, both in their prime would be absolutely incredible. I don't know, man. I could sit here for a long, long time going through potential dream matches, but those are just a few that kind of come to mind. What I do want to talk about is Sami Zayn. The reason I want to talk about Sami Zayn is because obviously there's a lot of people saying that it was scripted that he mentioned AEW, and then you've got a lot of people saying that it wasn't. I can tell you that Dave Meltzer has said that it was, but then you've also got a few other reporters saying that it wasn't. It's kind of very split. My feeling on it, and I'm sure you've seen the video that I did already on it, and nothing has changed my mind. I really feel like they are trying to make that third hour of Raw edgy. They want you to know that in that third hour of Raw, anything can happen. They'll even mention AEW, like the chains are off. It could be that it wasn't actually written in the script what Sami was going to say. It could be that Vince just said, go out there, say what you want, do what you want. There'll be no repercussions. Even if you want to mention AEW, whatever. This is the third hour of Raw, and I want people to know that this is edgy. This is different. This is Raw. And so he could have just sent him out there for him to say whatever he wanted to say, which is why it's not written down in a script. I genuinely don't think Sami Zayn is saying that if it's not written down. I genuinely don't. And also, it's too much of a coincidence that this is the week after they've said that this third hour of Raw is going to be edgy. You know, it's too much of a coincidence. So I'm not buying the fact that this was Sami going, rogue. And the other thing as well, people have said that it wasn't included in the YouTube clip of Sami from last night. And it's like, of course it wasn't. Of course it wasn't, because they want you to believe that it wasn't meant to happen. They want you to believe that it was Sami going rogue. They want you to talk about it like that way. They want you to believe that Sami has, said it off the cuff and that Vince is furious. They want you to believe that. So of course they're going to cut it out. Plus also, why do they want to give AEW any more press coverage? They mentioned it. Everyone's now talking about it. So that's it. Done. It achieved it. Twitter went crazy. Sami Zayn was trending. Boom. Job done. It is. What I will admit, though, is it is surprising that they chose AEW to kind of get Sami trending. There's loads of stuff they could have done that wouldn't have involved AEW. So, I don't know. They could have had Hulk Hogan come out and Sami Zayn started beating him up. They could have done literally anything. But they didn't. They had him say AEW, or he said AEW off the cuff, and it's interesting. I'm very excited to see actually what they do next week. I want to know how they're going to follow that up, because I really do feel that this was all to make that third hour edgy. I really do believe that, and it was kind of cool to hear Dave Meltzer kind of saying the same. He didn't say it was because it was to make the third hour edgy. He said that it was known, it was scripted, it was meant to happen. So that's my gut feeling on it. I know there's going to be a lot of people that want to know how I feel about it, what my thoughts are on it, all that kind of stuff. And that's it. That's how I feel about it. I think it was scripted. I think it was kind of cool. I think it was a great moment. I think that it gave us something to talk about. And I thought it was cool. I thought it was one of the highlights of Raw, if I'm being honest. Another highlight of Raw was Firefly Funhouse. I've got lots to say on that as well. I just seem to have lots to say on everything. But I do have lots to say on that. I'm actually going to try and do a video looking and breaking that episode down. I wanted to do it today. But to be honest, I think there's quite a bit actually to look at. I think there's a lot to digest from this episode. I think it's bigger than we thought at first. So yeah, I'm going to try and get that done for tomorrow. My reaction video is on the channel though, so if you want to check that out, you can do. If you want to see my thoughts, which we've kind of largely just run through anyway, but if you want to hear my thoughts about the Sami Zayn thing, that's on the channel as well. But of course, we're 37 minutes away from this week's Smackdown. I am super excited to see what they've got in store for this week. Days, the interesting thing is that the part about Sami mentioning AEW has been taken out of the clip on YouTube. Yes, Adam, we just said that we expected that. I totally expected that. They don't want to give AEW the press. They don't want to give AEW, any more kind of mentions than they have to. And also it gets you thinking and talking to your friends and on forums like this about the fact, or second guessing, was it meant to happen? Because if it was meant to happen, they would have kept it in the YouTube clip, wouldn't they? No, they would never keep it in. Even if it was scripted, they were always taking it out. So I read zero into that, nothing into that. Not surprised it's not in that YouTube clip at all. I would have been more surprised had they have left it in. I would have been astounded if they'd have left it in. Yes, why would they give them free press? They've already done it live on the show and got everyone talking. But a video that's going to be up permanently wouldn't surprise me as well. When it actually goes onto the network, I bet it's edited as well. I bet there's a brief moment where the audio just dips out because, again, it was a live moment. It's all about making that third hour of Raw edgy, and they've achieved it. Tick box. Twitter went crazy. So job done. But anything from this point on now, it didn't happen, right? It was live in the moment. It was Raw, and that's what they want that third hour to be. What's your thoughts on CM Punk possibly going to AEW for the next event by the CM Punk star? No, the CM Punk stars on the logo, I think, have got something to do with Chicago, haven't they? Is it the Chicago flag or something? Let's have a look. Has Chicago got a flag? I feel like it should do. Yeah, there we go. That is the Chicago flag. That is the flag of Chicago. CM Punk has that in his logo because he's from Chicago, and AEW have got it on their poster because the show is in Chicago. It's all about Chicago. It's not about CM Punk. So there's the answer to your question. The stars on the poster for the AEW All Out show in Chicago have zero to do with CM Punk. That is the Chicago flag. So that is why they are on there. Shout out to Dead Assassin Boxer. They probably edited out the AEW chants as well. I agree with Marcus. Yeah, I think if you watch the Raw replay when it goes onto the network in a few weeks' time, then you'll see that the chants have been edited out, and that Sami Zayn mention will have been edited out as well. Shout out to KJ Carter. I'm waiting for Gargano against Adam Cole. Yeah, we will be live for NXT Takeover this weekend. I think it looks like a very good card. We've got Johnny Gargano against Adam Cole. Tyler Breeze against the Velveteen Dream. I am so excited for that match. I cannot wait for Tyler Breeze to show what he's capable of, because he legit was one of my favourite wrestlers when he was down in NXT. And then he got called up. They didn't use him right. Surprise, surprise. Then he went into Breezango, which I thought was a lot of fun. I was down with it, but then injuries got in the way, and now he finds himself back down in NXT for a little while. So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for him. I'm just excited he's going to be on a big show and he can show what he can do. He could win that as well. He could win that, and then Velveteen could get called up. Like, that wouldn't surprise me if that happened. I need to do prediction videos for that show, but it does look like a very good card. Hello, Imtiaz. I loved Double or Nothing. So excited for AEW to be on TNT and excited for TakeOver. Yes, we will be streaming Fyter Fest. Absolutely. All of the AEW shows we will be streaming going forward. The weekly shows when it starts. Absolutely everything. This is what I keep banging on about. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe, because we ain't going nowhere. We are here for Raw, Smackdown, UFC, NXT takeovers, pay-per-views, AEW. Like, it never ends. It never ends. But I absolutely love it. Love doing it. Love sharing this time with you guys. So, yeah, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe. Days, at this point, even a CM Punk return couldn't save WWE programs. Hard not to disagree. If you could take anyone from AEW and put them into WWE, who would you choose and why? Well, I'm sorry to say, but it would be Kenny. It would be Kenny, or it would be Cody, or it would be the Young Bucks. I actually don't think that is that exciting of an answer. It's not that surprising. I think Kenny has got so many great matches. Legit, he's probably the best wrestler in the world. So that's why. Cody, I feel like he could have a great program with Triple H. Like, that would be money. That would be big money now. Like, Cody Rhodes, Triple H working a program all the way up to WrestleMania. That would be absolutely huge. Plus, also, if they booked him right, his main event talent, he is absolutely main event talent. So I feel like Cody would be good. And then the Young Bucks, again, arguably the best tag team in the world. How could you not say them? I got to tell you, though, there's one superstar that I have been watching videos of since AEW that he has blown my mind. He has absolutely blown my mind. I am not ashamed to admit that I knew nothing about him. I'd heard of the name, and I had seen little clips. I've seen clips of, like, a lot of people. I always get sent little video clips and all this kind of stuff. So I'd seen clips, but I couldn't have told you what his style was. Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy has blown my mind. I did not know that was his style. So, for those of you that don't know, right, because don't worry, I didn't either the other day. I watched that much WWE and UFC and whatever. There's just not time to watch indie shows. But as I said, I get sent clips and I'd seen a few things, but I didn't know his style was one where he just can't be bothered. He can't be bothered. It's genius. It's so genius. It really makes him stand out. Like, he's there with his hands in his pockets, and you might remember him from AEW. He was the guy in the Battle Royal that just kind of got into the ring during the Battle Royal, gave a few little kicks that did absolutely nothing, and then he kind of quickly got eliminated. That's his wrestling style. His style is he'll just walk into the ring, and he'll put his hands in his pockets, and like someone will come over and he might bend out of the way. And when he goes over, he'll do a little shoulder thing like that, and they'll just kind of stand there. And he's a comedy character. He can wrestle. He's actually quite a good wrestler. I've seen again clips, but I love that idea. I really love that idea. I love seeing things that you haven't seen before, and I hadn't seen that before. I haven't seen a wrestler that's just got into the ring and just can't be bothered, just not that bothered. Just like legit hands in his pockets, but still can wrestle an entertaining match. Now, it might be quite a limited gimmick. I'm not sure, like, could you watch him week in, week out? I honestly don't know. But I have really enjoyed the full matches that I've been watching since AEW on YouTube. I actually put a link on my Twitter as well. So if you go to @WrestlingDaysUK, there's a link to a match that Orange Cassidy has, and you can see what an Orange Cassidy match is all about. And yeah, I genuinely love it. I love the style, and I think if AEW have signed him, I think he's going to be a real interesting character. Or like already, I would buy an Orange Cassidy shirt. I just think he's so much fun. Something so different. Brilliant. Orange was one of the ants in Chikara. I've never watched how do you pronounce it? Is it Chikara? Again, it's a promotion that I've seen little clips from. I used to get the Wrestle Crates, and there's clips on those DVDs from that promotion. I know it's a big indie promotion in America, but hey, look, I will always be honest with you guys. I watch WWE. I watch New Japan when it comes to the big shows. I never watch Impact, so anything that goes down on Impact, I don't know. I don't watch it. I would love to kind of pick up my indie game. But there's so many promotions. How can you keep an eye on Progress and Pro Wrestling Eve and Wrestling Circus or Wrestle Circus or Beyond Wrestling and Shimmer, and do you know what I mean? Like there's so much wrestling. So much wrestling, but there is great stuff out there that's not WWE. Surprise, surprise. Days, did you see the email I sent you? It's titled One Request or something. No, I did not. Just got home, but then I haven't been on my emails today, so that would explain why. MJF. Someone was saying about MJF. Which I want to read because I really liked his promo. I did. I liked his promo. I thought he was very good. Where is the chat gone? Hang on. I can see the chat on screen, but I need to go back. So I want to see what someone was saying about MJF. Because he was someone that I thought gave a great promo during AEW. He was the guy that came out when Bret Hart was in the ring. We are 24 minutes away as well from SmackDown beginning. I am going to try and just find this chat thing again so that I can read that MJF comment. But yeah, look, I mean, I don't want to keep banging on about AEW, but I did enjoy it. I did think it was great. There's a poll up as well. Oh, man, busy. Let me see, can I find the comment? No. No, I can't. No, it's gone. It's gone. That person that made a comment about MJF, can you drop it again, please? So that I can read it, because I really wanted to read it. And it left. What do you think of WWE censoring out when Sami mentioned AEW? We've covered it, dude. If you jump back a little bit, then you will see what we think on it. Wheel of Fun in about 10 minutes' time. Hey, Days, who do you think will be the first female 24/7 champion? It's got to be Carmella, and it might be tonight. R-Truth is still the champ. I can see Carmella kind of helping R-Truth, but I think she'll turn on him as well, so... Days, have you seen Orange Cassidy against Gentleman Jervis? Adam, that is the match that's the link on my Twitter. It's brilliant, isn't it? Absolutely love it. Great match. So different. Bayley versus Lacey tonight. I thought it was Becky versus Lacey. I was under the impression it was Becky versus Lacey. Days, will you be watching the Cricket World Cup? Yes, I will be. I am a fan of cricket, actually. I only ever watch England, but the World Cup starts... I don't know when it starts, actually. I want to say this week. But yes, I will be watching it. Days, guess what? The Elite 58 Sheamus has the nose ring, but Mattel just painted over it. Ooh, that's interesting. Thoughts on the Firefly Funhouse? I thought it was interesting. I thought it was better than what we got last week. It's an actual episode. And I am going to do a video on it tomorrow, I think. Because I think there's some stuff in there that's really interesting. Like the fact that Limbo had two meanings. I think that's interesting. The fact that there's more flowers around Abby the Witch. I think that's interesting. The fact that Abby said, why won't you let me rest? Or something along those lines. That's interesting. The fact that Bray put on a doctor's costume. I think that's interesting. And there was something else I thought was interesting, and I can't remember what it is now. But yeah, there's a lot to wrestle with. Wrestling, we're going to wrestle with things. I tell you what, actually, hello, chat, site, forums. Hey, Days, do you expect any AEW mentions tonight? No, I think it was a one-off thing. I legit think it was to make that third hour of Raw edgy, and they're not trying to make any part of SmackDown edgy. I'm gonna show you guys something, right? I'm gonna show you something that I found earlier today. That I appreciate all you guys jumping into the stream, so I feel like it's only right that I reward you guys in a way. So this is something that I wasn't aware of, but check it out. This is a 1981 movie, okay? 1981, called The Funhouse. 1981 horror film called The Funhouse, and look at the main character. It is a scary clown. Pay to get in, pray to get out. Pay to get in, pray to get out. Funhouse, 1981 horror movie with a scary clown as its lead character. Let me in. Look at that. Look at that. So, I'm not saying that is connected, but I'm just saying that is very interesting. That is very interesting. The Funhouse, 1981. So, yeah, I don't know if they haven't taken inspiration from that. So, what I'm thinking is, what are the characters are in that film? What's the storyline of that film? Is there any connections between that film and where we are with the Firefly Funhouse? I've seen pictures of other characters. I need to do a bit more research, but I can tell you that that's going to kind of feature in tomorrow's video, because I just feel like that's too big of a coincidence. The fact that there's a film called The Funhouse that's got a scary clown as its main character, and now we've got the Firefly Funhouse and a scary clown as its main character. So yeah, there's going to be a lot for us to talk about and a lot for us to kind of digest. I've never seen that film. I can see there's a few people saying that they've seen that film. I haven't, but and I'm not saying that's got anything to do with the Firefly Funhouse. I'm just saying that I didn't know about it. I found it earlier, and I do think it's quite interesting knowing what we know now. Like, could you imagine if you had found or knew about that film before, right? And you did a YouTube video saying, look, Bray Wyatt, Firefly Funhouse, there was a horror film called The Funhouse that had a clown as its main character. So my prediction is that there's going to be a clown that's going to appear in the Firefly Funhouse, right? Fast forward a couple of weeks, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. So I think it's logical to think, what other characters are in that film? I wonder what else is in that film, because I just kind of feel like it might be worth exploring. So, yeah, that's something that I'm going to take a look at. Days, if AEW does a mid-card title, what would you call it? How about a TV title where they only defend it on their weekly shows? Yeah, I think that's cool. I think that's absolutely fine. I would probably go along with that. I've said before, actually, I don't like titles that are like named after countries, like the Mexican Championship, the British Championship, the United States Championship. I'm not into that, because you always get someone not from that country ending up winning it. I mean, like at the moment, we've got Walter as the United Kingdom champion, and it doesn't really make sense at the moment. Think about this. At the moment, the United Kingdom champion is Walter, right? Who is from Austria, I believe. And the United Kingdom women's champion is Toni Storm, who's from Australia. So, is that belt not meant to represent the best of UK talent. Like, that's why it was brought in. It was brought in for the United Kingdom Championship tournament in 2017, and it was given to the winner of that tournament. Then they started a weekly show, and now they've opened it out to, you know, anyone from around the world can join, which is fine. I ain't got no issue with that. But I'm just saying that, is it still right that it's called the United Kingdom Championship? Because the current champion isn't from the United Kingdom, doesn't really represent the United Kingdom. I don't really understand. And we've had it before with the US title, like Rusev was the United States champion. So, you know what I mean? It's like, I kind of feel like it would be a bit better if it wasn't named after countries, and if it was like weight classes, you know, like super heavyweight, middleweight, all that kind of stuff. Or even, as you said, TV champion, internet champion, you know, something along those lines. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Firefly Funhouse is based on the first season of Hemlock Grove. You should really check that show out. Hemlock Grove. I've never even heard of him. What do you mean it's based on it? Hemlock Grove. That's really interesting, dude. Hemlock Grove. I'll have a little look into that. Has it got like clowns and things in it? Days, do you think Bray Wyatt will wrestle again with his new gimmick? Yes. Days, if you had a football team of wrestlers, who would be your striker and goalkeeper? Well, you'd need someone with great agility in goal, so I'd be leaning towards like Ricochet. I feel like Ricochet would make an excellent goalkeeper. And striker, you need someone that's got power, accuracy. I kind of feel like someone like, don't know, I feel like Roman Reigns has got power, but I feel like he's more of a defender. He's quite a big guy, isn't he? Maybe someone like Finn Balor. I feel like Balor's got accuracy, because obviously he has to jump and hit that coup de grace. So I think, you know, he's quite accurate, and he does like a lot of enziguris and Pele kicks and things along those lines. So I feel like he's quite short in stature. He's accurate. He's obviously, you know, built well. He's clearly got power. So I would put Ricochet in goal, and I would put Finn Balor up front. Plus also, if he was in demon attire, imagine that. Imagine trying to be a defender and you got the demon running towards you. You'd be like, what? Alive or dead, what one wrestler would you team up with? Andre the Giant, because then I wouldn't have to do any work. Especially if it was Andre in his prime. I don't want to be Haku, right? I don't want to be at the end of Andre's career where Andre couldn't really walk or anything, and so Haku had to do all of the work. I don't want that. I want to be... what were they called? Were they called the Colossal Connection? I think they were called the Colossal Connection. So I don't want to be the Colossal Connection. I want to be teaming with Andre in like the 1970s. Sting and Ultimate Warrior versus Hogan and Savage. Since SmackDown is going to Fox, do you think it'll be PG? Don't know. I don't know. I feel like it probably will be. Because sports are PG, aren't they? I mean, there's no age rating on sports. It's just a game. So it wouldn't really make much sense for wrestling to then be kind of on a sports channel and then all of a sudden it's TV 14. So I don't know. I don't know enough about Fox. I don't know if they have TV 14 shows. I don't know if they're a PG channel. I don't know enough about them. My gut feeling is it'll probably stay PG. Paul Heyman in goal. Paul Heyman. He's not the most agile person, is he? How do you feel about R-Truth being champion for a week? I think it's alright. I'm not really... I didn't really feel... What I don't understand is R-Truth is a SmackDown superstar. He's on the SmackDown brand with Carmella. So why was he at Raw? There was no need for him to be at Raw. He did not have to be at Raw. It was not in his best interest to be at Raw. He needed to be as far away. All of the Raw roster are contractually obliged to be at Raw. So the one place that R-Truth should not be is at Raw. So why was he at Raw? I know it's just a joke title. I know it's just a bit of fun. But you do have to look at it and go, that makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Why? It make no sense. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to over-analyse the 24/7 championships. Just a bit of fun. But, yeah, I wasn't really feeling it yesterday. Hi, Days. I made wrestling moves, and they're called Wheel of Fun, Figure Giveaway, and Days for Days. Very cool, dude. Maybe he thought it was SmackDown. Oh, I like that, Jackson. I like that. Very, very cool. Maybe he did. Days, what does your shirt say? It says Empress of Tomorrow. I forgot I was wearing this, actually. I was talking about Asuka earlier, about how I think she's probably the best female wrestler. I'm sat here wearing an Asuka shirt. I didn't even know that. Didn't even know. To be honest, truth does get confused often. That is true. That is true. Disney owns Fox, so SmackDown will be a Disney product. Wow. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Could you imagine if they get, like, their own world at Disneyland? Ah, that would be amazing. That would be amazing. Disney will own SmackDown, won't they? Wow. Very cool. Mickey Mouse against Goofy. Book it, Vince. Right, we need to do a wheel. Wheel. Mr. WWE 1 says, I have that shirt. It's a great shirt. Oh, that's a little bit big, isn't it? It's because I was trying to prove yesterday, wasn't it, that it landed on Slam Attack. Okay. We're 9 minutes away, my friends. We're not ignoring wrestling, for those of you wondering. The countdown to the show down here, a wonderful new addition to the live stream. Down there, how long we've got till SmackDown begins. So let's do the wheel. So let me go on to here. Boom. Get ready for the cringe song. And this, of course, is the cringe era. We had our first champion's crown of the cringe era, which I am going to jot down. Beast Slayer and Becky 2 belts. Beast Slayer and Becky 2 belts. They are our first champions. And also, we did have a poll up, didn't we? Which I forgot. Well done, Beast Slayer. Winning winning that. Right, okay, so it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Ba-dum-bum. Yeah. I don't know why my voice just isn't as strong as it has been. I would hate for new people watching thinking, wow, I felt like that was a 5 and it needed to be a 7. I really feel like we're normally around a 7 out of 10. But for whatever reason, my voice is just shot at the moment. I said shot, by the way. Right, let's spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. I press the button. Here we go. It's not clicking either. Normally this clicks as well. If this is your first stream, I can only apologise. The voice has gone. The clicks have gone. Giveaway! Yes, yes, yes. Look how close that was. It was sneaking around to forfeit. Cheeky. Cheeky. Right. Let's get rid of the wheel. So we are going to we haven't given away a kids magazine in a while, but we're going to give away a kids magazine, a WWE kids magazine. So I am a huge fan of the magazine, mainly because I'm in the magazine. So there is a Wrestling Days article in there for everyone that's subscribed and supports the magazine and obviously supports the channel. Thank you so much. Genuinely do like it. You got a wearable belt in there. You get a Seth Rollins keyring, keyboard stickers, a giant poster of one of my good friends, Braun Strowman, and some other stickers. And you even get Chops cards that they didn't even mention. You just get them in there. So that must have been like something they dropped in lastminute.com. And then as well as that, you got loads of like articles, interviews, competitions, look, things you can win. You can win a Bumblebee bundle. Posters, look, of the Iconics. I said I was going to put my poster up, actually, and I still haven't. So I am a sham of an Iconics fan. Iconics, Peyton Royce, Billy Kay, if you are watching, so sorry. I really do like you guys. I'm a big fan. I know I'm letting you down. I will get that poster up. But the Iconics, you can get that poster. So, right, we are going to give that away to the #20th person that gives me the word Peyton. 20th person that gives me the word Peyton. This stream is iconic. Thank you, dude. What's your favourite tag team? Favourite tag team? Don't know. Definitely, I really do like the Iconics. I just think they're so funny. They're so into their gimmick as well. Like, their backstage interviews are hilarious. And in the ring, I think they're better than what they're given credit for. I've never hated them, actually. I think Peyton Royce is a very good wrestler. All time, probably Legion of Doom, a.k.a. the Rhodes Warriors. Right. Iconic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Sion Kelly 1018 or 1018 or 1018 or 118 or 118. Sion Kelly. Well done, my friend. Yeah. Not a name I recognise, so it's always nice when new people are winners. And that is exactly what you are. You are a winner, just like Vince McMahon. Right, Sion Kelly, 1018. Kids Magazine. We are minutes away, my friends. Minutes away from this week's SmackDown. Not sure what is going to start the show. I kind of feel like they need something. They need something big. They need something big. They need to get people talking. I hope this isn't just another show, and I feel like it will be. But let's wait and see. Sing the New Day theme. I don't know the words, but I feel like that's better than the actual theme, so there we go. Just a little treat for you as we edge ever closer to this week's SmackDown. Anna Dawes saying it will probably be Roman that starts the show. It could be the big dog. Probably will be, actually. I did read that he is going to come out and address Shane and Drew. Of course, they beat up, was it Lance Anoa'i? Vince Anoa'i? I can't even remember what he was called. Lince Anoa'i? I don't know. So it did make me laugh. I saw a tweet. I've got to show you. For those that didn't watch Raw, Roman's cousin was on. And me go on to here. Lance and no, there we go. Someone said this is... Boom. This is what it looks like when you try to make Roman Reigns on WWE 2K. And then that is the picture that they attached. That obviously not a picture of Roman. That is a picture of... Hang on, let's find out together. Lance Anoa'i. There it is, look. That is actually Roman's cousin. Lance Anoa'i appears on WWE. So, yeah, someone put, that's what it looks like when you try to make Roman on WWE 2K. Funny, man. Funny. I like the fact they used him, actually. I ain't got no issues with him appearing on the show. It was a real shame that it was during his match the crowd were chanting AEW, because I didn't even think that was the worst part of the show up to that point. I thought there'd been at least 5 things worse. But, yeah. Hey, people didn't like it, so... Right, let's get rid of our counter. It is flashing away, and so that can only mean one thing. It is time for Smackdown Live. Let's find out together, shall we? Tell you, it works as well, because we really are going over to the show right now. Let's wait and see. Let's see what we've got coming in. I wish Linda would come back and take... What? Take what? Take what? You are the best YouTuber ever. Thank you very much, dude. I appreciate those kind words. Kofi Lesnar package, yeah. Just waiting to find out who's actually going to start the show. So we do have just a recap. So it's just a recap at the moment of Ziggler coming out. I was too quick. Firefly is based on the show Channel Zero. It's about children being possessed by a creepy puppet. Okay. When Vince is finished with WWE and Triple H possibly takes over, do you think the ratings will get better? I think wrestling fans need to be very careful, because a lot of wrestling fans want Triple H to take over, and I understand why, because you look at NXT and you go, wow, like, that is the future of wrestling, creatively, and the way it's, you know, presented and everything. But NXT loses money. NXT doesn't make money. Oh, Kevin Owens is starting the show. Kevin. Money in the Bank rematch. So Kevin Owens versus Kofi starts the show. We're starting the show with a match. We're actually starting the show with the match. No promos. Straight into action. Good. This is non-title though. Owens versus Kingston. Kevin Owens, yeah, it's a shame it's non-title, but I like the fact it's not a lengthy promo or anything. I can't even remember what I was talking about. Yeah, I was saying that wrestling fans need to be careful, because NXT loses money, and I genuinely think that Vince McMahon is one of the best businessmen, one of the best business minds there's ever been in the wrestling world. Like, you can't you can't put a price on the WWE network and just how brilliant that has been. What about like all these international deals? Yeah, people hate the Saudi deal. I get it. It shouldn't be happening. But it's a lot of money. And they obviously have got now money to spend and, keep Lesnar around and do things with. I don't know. I don't know what it would look like under Triple H. I hope it isn't 75 minutes for the first match. I met Seth Rollins and introduced your channel to him. Very cool, dude. Thank you very much. Where does WWE go with Kevin Owens from here after this feud? That's a great question. That is a really great question. Owens isn't going to win this, is he? I feel like it's really difficult. I'm trying to... Who's... Maybe IC title? Maybe we get a Finn Balor Kevin Owens feud? It's hard to know how to use Kevin Owens now because he's kind of done a lot of stuff. KO will cut a promo before the match. Yeah, Anna Dawes just said he's got a mic in his hand, and he does. Honestly, that is a great question. What do you do with Kevin Owens? He said he was going to kick... You aren't MJF is a sign in the crowd. So we were talking about MJF on our pre-show, and there's a sign in the crowd saying you aren't MJF. Interesting. Interesting. Golden Gamer, there is a t-shirt on the way, which I really need to chase up. Really do need to chase that up. It's been on the way since Christmas. Save us, Triple H. There's another sign. I tell you what, so far tonight has been all about signs. Save us, Triple H. And you aren't MJF are the two signs I've seen so far. Save us, Triple H. Did you know that Linda owns only 1% of WWE? Oh, okay. I thought it would be more than that. Can you see how they're so zoomed in on Kevin Owens so you can't read that sign? It says save us Triple H, but you can't read that it says that because they're so zoomed in on KO. And the other angle cuts it out. Oh, you almost saw it then. You suck chant from the crowd. One day, women will wrestle in Saudi Arabia and change will come. Change takes a long time. When that happens, WWE will be remembered as revolutionary. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. There's a lot of ugliness they're having to go through first, though. I mean, should they have gone last year with that journalist being murdered? Days, KO has got grey on the beard. He's getting old. Dude, we're all getting old. We're all getting old. I was getting grey hairs years and years and years ago. I'm not at the point where I have to die, if anyone was wondering. Here comes Kofi. But I definitely will have to dye my hair at some point. Hopefully not for another 10 years. Or will I actually? I kind of don't mind the grey look. But anyway, that's not why many people are joining us today. You're joining us for wrestling talk. That sign has gone, by the way. Save us, Triple H. I can't see it now. Maybe they've just taken it down, or maybe it's been confiscated. Where is it? I think that sign has been confiscated because they know they're going to have to show that. They would be holding it up now if they had it. I'm keeping an eye on this situation. I think that's very interesting. I think that sign has gone. It's gone. That sign has gone, I'm telling you. The High Storm sign is still there. And Storm, if you're watching, hello. I don't know who you are. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, it's not been confiscated. They just couldn't be bothered to hold it up. It's back. It is back. You're absolutely right. It is back. I thought we had a story then. Oh, you can actually see it now. Save us, Triple H. Could you imagine if he comes out now, the music hits, and he just points at the sign like they do at WrestleMania. He comes out and he's like, "Ugh. Love it, man. What football team do you support? I support Man United, and I support Stourbridge Town, the town that I was born in. But I supported Man United since the early 90s, so I supported them just before they were great, I supported them when they were great, and now I support them when they're rubbish. World Heavyweight Champion! What's that sign next to it? Someone's drawn a picture. I thought I saw a picture of Vince. Dropkick by Kofi. We're finally underway with this match. So, turns out we did get promos. They just delivered it a different way. Hey Days, greetings from New Zealand. So glad that you do this show. It's a great way to keep informed of what's happening whilst I'm at work. Dave, what do you do? Where do you work? Let us know. What are you doing right now? I hope you're not like in the middle of operating on someone. Do you imagine if you're like mid-surgery and you've got this in the background? Madness. They will do anything to invade a day's stream. I have no idea what that is in reference to. I never start in soccer. Don't worry about it. AEW was great. You should start doing AEW live streams. I have. So far, there's been one show and we live streamed it. And we will do the next one, Fighter Fest. Can't remember when it is, but yeah, we're all over them. Make no mistake about that. Days, Real Madrid or Barcelona? I don't care, to be honest. I don't support either team. I think I saw a sign for Cody Rhodes. I didn't see that. Moxley or Ambrose? That would be one of my dream matches that we were talking about earlier. I want to see Jon Moxley versus Dean Ambrose. Renee Young on a pole match. Imagine that. Renee Young on a pole match. Whoo! Is it just me or did it get hot in here? Days, on the other side of the Triple H sign, it said support Wrestle Talk. I wonder why. How did that go through their minds? I'm gonna say Triple H, save us. But also, I definitely need to mention support Wrestle Talk. I can't choose between the two. I'm gonna have to take this sign and just keep switching it around. I mean, what else can I do? What's wrong with Kofi Kingston's leg? He was hobbling yesterday as well, so I don't know if he is injured or if he's just selling an injury. Obviously, he was beaten up by Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler has been attacking him in recent weeks, so it could be he's just trying to sell that. Is Renee Young leaving WWE? I've not heard that she is. I I feel like AEW would definitely hire her. They would give her a home. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her going over to AEW. Days, do you think you can beat loser Kurt Hawkins? No, no, I couldn't beat any wrestlers. I would struggle to beat the commentators. I'd probably lose a match against Michael Cole. So no. My mum refers to Goldberg versus Taker as a battle of the senior citizens. I'm not surprised. I can't watch SmackDown. No power. Bad storms. Really? Where are you, dude? Let me know where you are. Let me know where you are. When is AEW going to do a show in Iran? I'm so glad someone's asked the big questions. I'm so glad someone was brave enough to ask the questions that we were all wondering. When are AEW going to do a show in Iran? When is WWE going to do a show in Syria? That's what I want to know. When are they going to Syria? It's been too long. It has been too long. Man, some very weird questions. Days, what do you think of Brock Party? I like Brock Party. I think it's great for Brock to move on from Suplex City. I think it's alright. I'm not crazy for it. I think it's just Brock kind of... I mean, what is it? I mean, at least Suplex City was like part of the matches, you know? Like, that was a big part of how many suplexes were you going to get in each match. This one, you've got him coming down just kind of... I don't know. I don't really get it. You've got like this big, strong, legit MMA competitor and he's turned into like No Way Jose. Owens, Kofi on the outside. Brock Lesnar is ugly and he has no neck. Brock, if you are watching this stream, not my words. Not my words. Don't for a second think I would say that. Those are the words of Shayla Bodway. Okay, so Shayla Bodway. Go round to Shayla Bodway's house because it was Shayla that said that you are ugly and you have no neck. I personally think you've got a wonderful neck and I also think you're very attractive. So that I'm just getting it out there. Right, the match continues. It is all Kevin Owens right now. Knees into the ribs of Kofi. He's stalking Kofi. He's got him into a headlock. You know, these kind of rest holds, you just did not see these at AEW. I really can't remember seeing them. I cannot remember. I just remember, like, action. Constant action. Constantly things going on. Not this, where, like, you get rest holds and headlocks and stuff. It's a style of wrestling that's just not... It's not in fashion. Brock is a chick magnet. I'm sure he is. Days, did you hear Jon Moxley will go to New Japan? Yes. Who do you think is the most underrated superstar on the whole WWE roster? Most underrated superstar on the WWE roster. Most underrated superstar. I think the names that come to mind straight away are Tyler Breeze, Andrade, Bayley. I mean, Bayley's a champion, but I felt like she was going to be the next big thing. I thought she was going to be the next, like, Roman Reigns, because the kids loved her. She put on great matches, so I thought the wrestling fans were going to love her as well. And I just kind of looked at it and thought, she's going to sell loads of merch. She's going to put on great matches. She's got that likability factor. She's been a wrestling fan all her life. She's one of us, you know. So I just kind of looked at it and thought, Bayley, man, who is going to stop? What is going to stop Bayley? I mean, at the time, she was having those great matches down in NXT with Sasha. Like, some of the best matches you've ever seen. I think it was voted by Dave Meltzer at the time the best women's match up to that point. So I really thought like Bayley was going to hit the stratosphere, and it just never happened. She just wasn't used right, and I know she's a champion now, and I'm really excited to see what they do with her now. But I feel like she has largely been underrated. Kofi comes crashing down onto Kevin Owens on the outside. Andrade, if he could speak English a bit better and do some killer promos. He's got all the skills. I mean, he was hanging with Rey Mysterio, weren't he? He was doing some fantastic stuff. All of his matches are great. Cesaro, definitely one of the most underrated. Constantly stealing the show. Had a great match against Rey Mysterio a few weeks ago. Then he followed it up with a great match against Ricochet. Then he followed it up with another great match against Ricochet. SOS by Kofi. I gotta say, this match is alright. It's built. It's got some nice pace into it now. There's people on their feet. It's not a bad start. Nia Jax sucks. Yeah, I've never been impressed with Nia Jax. I think she's got a great look, but I would struggle to say that she was underrated. Oh, Kofi gets pushed to the outside. Days, what's the main event of SmackDown tonight? I don't think they've announced it. Where's the guy in the green t-shirt? He is at pay-per-views. He doesn't tend to be at SmackDowns. What if Vince signed with AEW and he is ruining WWE on purpose? Would never happen because that's his father's company and he bought it in the early 80s, and there's no way on God's green earth he is ruining WWE on purpose. Green t-shirt guy has disappeared from our screens 2 shows running, missing posters at the ready. I don't understand. He's only ever at pay-per-views. And I saw him at the pay-per-view. I saw him at Money in the Bank. WWE versus AEW was just like WWE versus WCW. WWE has no choice but to up the product, history repeating itself. Yep, I'd agree with that. I don't think AEW are quite at WCW's level. The only reason I say that is because WCW were actually beating WWE in ratings, TV ratings. It'll be interesting to see once AEW starts what their TV ratings are actually like. I'm not expecting them to beat WWE in TV ratings. I'm really not. I don't think AEW have got the casual fans yet. So I think it's going to take a bit of work. Could they get there eventually? Of course. Of course they could. But I'm not expecting them to from the start. Days, check your DMs. I sent you a poster of Renee Young working shows outside WWE with Moxley. Oh, okay. Let's have a look. A poster of Renee Young. Right, let's have a look. Bang. Northeast Wrestling. Yeah. There we go, look. Northeast Wrestling. Moxley versus Pentagon Jr. Jerry Lawler's there. Renee Young's there. Teddy Long Player is there as well. We've got La Parka, Phoenix, Goldust as well. Dustin Rhodes in action. Dustin Rhodes is competing. That's a little bit of a shame. That kind of the fact that Goldust is there kind of lets me believe that he was never going to retire at AEW Double or Nothing. So, yeah, I suppose that takes a little bit of the mystique away. Because what I really loved was it felt like a moment, didn't it? You know, when Cody said, I'm not going to let you retire. You're not retiring like this. But the fact he's now competing at that show kind of makes me think, he probably was never actually retiring anyway. Alright, doesn't matter. Not a biggie. When is Matt Riddle coming to Raw? I don't think he'll be coming up for a while. 2020 at the absolute earliest. Why are people overreacting to a good show? I mean, Double or Nothing was good. Yeah, it was good. I think it could have been a disaster. There's a lot that could have gone wrong. There's a lot of names that people had never seen before. Some names that I admitted I've been introduced to as well, like Orange Cassidy, who I've been checking out and really like his work. So I just think it was kind of a good show. I think people that maybe don't watch New Japan have been introduced. Look, we had people on the stream that had never seen the Young Bucks, and I love that. I think that's absolutely brilliant. There's a lot of fans that only watch WWE, and they will have checked out AEW for the first time. Whoa! Frog splash from Kevin Owens to the outside. Kingston down and out on the outside. We just came back from a commercial break. Kevin Owens with a big frog splash. Now, there's an argument that Kevin Owens should win this because this is a non-title match. I feel like Dolph's probably going to attack and it'll end in a DQ and the whole match will have been pointless. But Kofi getting back in, breaking the count. Another frog splash and he hits it. 1, 2. Kick out by Kofi. Wow, 2 frog splashes. John Cena is hosting Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader on Nickelodeon? Okay. What is Stomping Ground? It's a pay-per-view, WWE pay-per-view. I don't believe it's got any kind of gimmick or anything like that. I actually don't know what the big appeal is with it. I'm guessing it's just going to be a standard show, like a Backlash. Or something like that. Kofi firing a forearm into Kevin Owens. I hope we get another Brock party. Brackets. That was a joke. I hate Brock. You did not close brackets, Jason. I just want to point that out. So I feel like there's more to come. Kofi up top. He's looking for a superplex. Is he going to be able to hit it? He's going right the way up. Kevin Owens firing some shots to the midsection, looking to deliver a headbutt, and he does. And Kofi wobbling. Oh, Kofi goes down. Kevin Owens with... Oh! 1, 2. No way. Kofi kicks out again. Huge. It is the renamed Backlash, as WWE didn't want a show called Backlash so close to the Saudi show. Oh. Trouble in Paradise. Owens can't be out after 1 Trouble in Paradise. 1 Trouble in Paradise beats Kevin Owens. So, 2 frog splashes, like a senton bomb, off the top. And that doesn't put Kofi away. But Kofi hits 1 Trouble in Paradise, and he puts Kevin Owens away. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that. Kingston beats Owens. Look at it. I'm not sure. I don't really like it, if I'm being honest. Kevin Owens wins the fight and then a triple threat will happen. Didn't go down that way, dude. One trouble in paradise. I mean, where does Kevin Owens go from here? I really don't know. So we are seeing Shane backstage with Drew McIntyre and Elias. So it is a Shane McMahon appreciation night. Brilliant, that'll get ratings. Here's R-Truth. See, he's still hanging with Carmella. She's going to turn. He says people are chasing him everywhere. So why doesn't he just let her pin him? Why doesn't he let her have the belt? They've still not explained as to why anyone would want this title. It's so much stress. Why would you want it? Days, are you from Sheffield? No. Literally nothing is happening. We got a shot of the audience. And here comes Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan and Rowan making their way down. If you are watching and you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe. Hit the subscribe because we are back this weekend for NXT Takeover. Tag Team Champions. I tell you what, like, Rowan is starting to pick up some championships here, isn't he? He's tag team champ with Daniel Bryan. He was tag team champ in the Bludgeon Brothers. He's kind of, picking up a few championships. Granted, they're mainly tag team championships, but I don't know. I could see Rowan chucking in a few 24/7 championship reigns as well. Before you know it, he might have had a few championship runs. Why have they not replaced the tag team leather straps? Great point. Daniel Bryan said he was going to do that straight away. Days, check the tweets. I've sent you a tweet of a trailer for a new WWE film. What is it, dude? What's it called? I've got a lot of notifications. Is it? I've got too many notifications to go through. Days, who is your favourite Raw superstar? Favourite SmackDown superstar? Bray Wyatt for Raw. And I don't know if it counts, but he is the best thing on the show. He is the best thing on the show. And when it comes to SmackDown, probably Bray Wyatt again. I'll say Bray Wyatt for Raw and The Fiend for SmackDown. Shout out to Anto Taylor. I think the AEW World title looks like the TNA Knockouts Championship. Never seen it. I think Kevin was pinned like that because he refused to go to Saudi Arabia. Okay. Days, I'm going to try to be on the Takeover stream. Going to be a stressful day for me. Champions League final the same day. Oh yeah, you're a Tottenham fan, aren't you, Anna? I'll be cheering for you, Anna. Best of luck. I really do hope that Tottenham win. Not because I hate Liverpool. I haven't got any issue. I know, like, Man U fans tend to hate Liverpool, but I don't hate Liverpool. I ain't got an issue with Liverpool. I just think, like, it'd be really cool for Tottenham. They've never even got this far before. They're the underdogs. They've got Harry Kane, who obviously is one of England's best players, so I'll be cheering for Tottenham. The movie is called Falls Count Anywhere. Okay. Finn Balor should not be IC champion. Bray Wyatt is the best thing WWE have. Hello, E-Man. Poll is up. We've got a poll up. Poll up. There we go. Winner takes all. Poll is running right now. Becky, 2 belts against 2 straps against end of days against beginning of days. There's a hell of a lot of days things going on in the polls. I want Liverpool to win. Fair enough. Days, what's the new WWE movie? I have no idea. I think it's called Falls Count Anywhere. Someone just told me. Days, who's your favourite AEW superstar? I don't know, favourite-wise. I mean, probably Kenny Omega is the one that I would love to see go to WWE the most. So, but I really like Orange Cassidy. I'm really into Orange Cassidy after what I saw from Double or Nothing. I've been watching more videos about him than anyone else. So, yeah, Orange Cassidy. And, of course, I love the Joshi women as well. The 6-woman tag match. I thought that was good. Really good. I have only watched WWE for 2 years, but I've learned a lot of stuff about WWE. Cool. Hello, Joey, who is in Saudi Arabia. Days, are you watching the NBA Finals this week? I'm hoping the Raptors win. Yes, I am a Raptors fan. I have been since the mid-90s. I actually went to Toronto in the mid-90s, and I didn't get to watch a Raptors game, but I got to go to the arena, and I got to go to the shop there and saw the arena, and there wasn't a game on, unfortunately. And that was one of the first places I went to that had a basketball, an NBA basketball team. Was when I went to Toronto. So from that point, I've always kind of followed them. This is obviously the furthest they've ever got. I don't think they'll win, but I will be watching and I will be cheering. Right, little promo with Daniel Bryan and Rowan. We've already had about 4 ad breaks, by the way. Daniel saying the tag division is a joke. Cringe. Little shout out for the cringe crew. Rowan's got a joke? Oh, here we go. Knock, knock. This is going to be brilliant. The Smackdown. Knock, knock. Who's there? The Smackdown Tag Division. The Smackdown Tag Division who? Exactly. See, he's making out that no one knows who's in the Smackdown Tag Division, which is true. We were talking about this a few weeks ago. The teams are atrocious. New Day don't compete anymore. Usos have gone over to Raw. You've got like the B team. Colognes. Other people. Maybe the Ascension. I don't know. It's awful. Who's going to come out and challenge them? That's what I want to know. Let me know who's going to come out and challenge them. This would be a great time for like the Street Profits or someone to come up. Won't happen. Undisputed Era. Imagine that. That'd be sick. What? He's talking about like all these animals that the people in the crowd are eating. Days, I am in the front row carrying a Beast Slayer sign. Oh, okay. I'll keep an eye out. I'm amazed you got reception. Every time I go to shows, I can't get reception. Someone with a sign says Casey with an arrow pointing to themselves. So I'm guessing they are Casey. Earthquakes. Right, people are cheering earthquakes. Yeah! Earthquakes! My God, is Earthquake coming out? I think is he dead? I think is John Tenter dead? I feel like he is. Oh. Thought Earthquake was gonna come out. Okay. You might not think much about the SmackDown Tag Division, but there are teams that want to challenge. Let's find out. Heavy Machinery. Oh, this is all right. Yep. 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 From the lady. From the lady. Ah, you gotta love Otis, man. You gotta love Otis. Yep. This could be fun, actually. Daniel Bryan and Rowan against Heavy Machinery. I tell you, Otis. Strong boy. Strong boy. He's got like, wait, look at his legs go. Whoa. Yeah, this is already the best thing that's been on the show. They are a great tag team. Yeah. So they said it's time for Heavy Machinery to get down to some serious business. Tucky. Tucky. Are they going to do a tag championship match now? There's a ref coming down. Hang on. No one's agreed. Yeah. Wow. Ah, they played me. They played me. I started changing it. They jumped to the outside. That's good. That's good, because I thought if it was going to happen now, the belts would change in hands. But that's clever. Making us wait. Oh, this has gone full on Ultimate Warrior here. It's like, yeah, the Warrior! Yep. There's Bayley backstage. It is Bayley Lacey Evans. I swear I heard it was Becky Lynch Lacey Evans tonight. I'm sure I read that on their pre-show thing. Sonya and Mandy. So Mandy's on the front of a magazine. Oh, there's the Iconics. Iconic. Hello, if they come across Ember Moon. Reading. Wonder what she's reading. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They've given her 2 copies. She doesn't need 2. 3, 4. They've given her about 6 copies. Carmella versus Mandy Rose coming up next. Right, Carmella versus Mandy Rose. Coming up next, my friends. Right. Carmella versus Mandy Rose. Soups. Right, okay. What time is it? It is 1:45, so let's do a Wheel of Fun. Right, so it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Dun-dun-bum. Right, Wheel of Fun time. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Lots of reading for Ember. I expect her to know every word by the time she's finished. I know, yeah, six copies of the magazine. Giveaway! Yes, giveaway time. Give away. Sod it, let's do it. AJ Styles! AJ Styles, Elite figure, Elite 61. AJ Styles. We bought this to give it away during the show. What show was it? No, not AEW. Money in the Bank? I can't even remember now. We bought it to give it away at like a pay-per-view. It must have been Money in the Bank. But we never got round to it, so we'll give it away now. AJ Styles Elite figure 61. So a recent figure as well. And it's very cool. I gotta say, it's a great figure. And obviously it comes with the jacket, the hood as well. So, boom! We're going to give that away. High stakes on the wheel. High stakes indeed. So, we're going to give that away. That is going to go to the... This is going to have to be good. This is going to have to be good. It's going to go to the 40th person. Wow, we're going right into the chat here. The 40th person that gives me the word. Mattel. 40th person that gives me the word Mattel. AJ Styles. Here we go. 40th person. The Carmella and Mandy Rose match will be interrupted because of the 24/7 title. I think you're right. Thank you, Hayden. Hayden Talbot. Thank you very much, my friend. Mandy Rose in the ring and the magazine is on the screen. Keys to a firm booty. Okay, here we go. I got to like number 32 and then it jumped. And yes, I can count up to 40. Thank you, See Wrestling. Right, let me do this again because I couldn't the first time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Right. Let me double check. I'm double checking. We're into the double check. I need a little jingle for a double check. Double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. Well done, Paul Williams. Paul Williams, you have won the AJ Styles figure. Well done, Paul Williams, AJ Styles figure. Well done, dude. Well done, Paul Williams. Send me your address to wrestlingdays@gmail.com. Oh, big knee to the face by Mandy Rose. 1. Ooh, Carmella kicking out. I was listening to Corey saying about how he's got 2 copies of that magazine. One that he's going to put in a frame and one that he's going to read. Read. Nice head scissors. Carmella. Oh, nice. Smashing Mandy Rose's head into her foot. During Money in the Bank, something went wrong in the women's ladder match. Who was that between? It was Carmella and someone. Was it Mandy? 1, 2, 3. Mandy wins. Mandy. Mandy wins. So, Sonya Deville distracting Carmella by showing her the magazine. That's a thing that happened. Bayley will take on Lacey Evans. R-Truth backstage. Trying to hide. He's looking around. Oh, he's got caught by Jinder. Jinder getting thrown into the fire escape. R-Truth trying to run away. So he's managed to... Oh, he's gone into the photo booth. It's R-Truth in a photo booth. B-Team. Here comes lots of the locker room looking for him. They go straight past R-Truth in a photo booth. Oh, Drake Maverick. Drake Maverick finally caught up with R-Truth as they all run away. Here come the money! Here come the money! Money, 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 money. Oh, here he is. It's time for the Shane McMahon. Is that how you spell it? No. McMahon. Is there a... Oh my god, it just doesn't look right. Appreciation night or something. That'll do. Russo needs people to turn in, that's all. Russo. Shane's wearing some fly shoes tonight. I haven't seen. Let's have a look when he goes up the stairs. Yeah. Yeah, he is actually. Nike. Yellow. Soles. White and black with yellow soles. Yeah, they do look cool. They do look cool. I don't know enough about trainers to be able to tell you that they're the Air Jordans 67s or something. I don't know. Let's just say they're the Nikesaurus 1, 2, 3s. There we go. A Noam Dar sighting. Yes, very brief. He was part of the group of people that were looking for R-Truth. Well done to Becky Two Belts, who has retained. Days, can you add the 24/7 title to the stream? Oh, that'd be carnage, dude. We'd have polls going all the time. Yee WWE, no idea. It depends what the wheel wants. Hello, Days. Who's your favourite wrestler? I always say Undertaker. NBA Finals reaction? Nah, I don't know enough. I honestly, I only look out for the Raptors' results. So I'll have a look and see how they're doing. And obviously I know some of their players, but I never watch them. Sometimes watch the odd clip, but I don't know enough. I'm sure there are way better channels that will cover basketball than what I could. But I will definitely be keeping an eye on the results. Days, do you think AEW and WWE are working together as Vince Russo claimed? It's something that I pondered. It's something that I did think about, but I don't think they are. If I'm being honest, I don't think they are. It would be one of the biggest works. It would be maybe the biggest work in wrestling history. Apart from the whole kayfabe thing, you know. I actually haven't seen him say that, so I would be very interested. I would be very interested to hear what he's got to say. But I'd be lying if I hadn't thought about that. I mean, we've had people saying, what if, Vince is secretly running AEW and, maybe they're just financing it themselves, but Vince is involved. I don't think he is. I don't believe he is. But I got no proof he isn't. Russo is just trying to be relevant. I'm not hating on Russo. Actually, I don't know anything about his podcast or anything. I never listen, so I legit don't have an opinion. I know that he did some good stuff as a writer. He did some awful stuff as a writer. He's a big personality in the wrestling world, and I have no issue with Vince Russo. So yeah, I think it's an interesting theory, and I'd be very interested to hear what he's got to say about it. But I don't believe it. I think they are two separate companies. Why is Rey Mysterio leaving the US title? Well, because of how he won it. It was in, let's say, dodgy circumstances. Like, Samoa Joe's shoulder was clearly up. And really, Rey should at least put the title on the line and do a championship match again for it. But instead, I think he is going to walk away from it. We've got Aleister Black on screen at the moment. Let's see if this promo is any better. Because his promos have not impressed me at all. He's not saying a great deal. It's very quiet. Is it quiet for anyone else as well? He says he's sitting and waiting for someone. Yeah. So he's sitting and waiting for someone to pick a fight with him. Who's going to do that? I'll do it. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'll do it. I'll give it a go. Aleister Black, if you're watching, I think you've got a stupid name, and I think you smell like baby vomit. So there we go. I've called you out. Now what you gonna do? That's what you wanted. There we go. Deal with that. Right, we've gone back to the Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. World Cup trophy at ringside. Why have they ruined Black? Yeah, I don't know. What is your thoughts on the connections between football, WWE, and XFL and AEW with the Jaguars? I don't think that plays any part in anything, does it? Because doesn't the XFL run during the NFL off season? So I don't know if there's any. There could be a story there, but I'm not aware of anything. Shane says he is a humble man, and I think we can all agree with that. I think we can all agree he's a very humble man. Days, when do you think R-Truth will lose the title? Because I'm getting bored of seeing him run around. I think Carmella's going to trick him maybe tonight. Bray versus Black at SummerSlam in a Firefly Funhouse match. That would be epic. I don't know how you book that, because Bray would have to go over. But I would feel sorry for Aleister Black, so I feel like he is a great character. But that would be great. I like the idea that I like the idea that Black would be beating Bray, and then the lights go off, and when the lights come back on, Bray is there, but now he's become the Fiend, and the Fiend just gets up. Do you know what I mean? Like, the Fiend is like where Bray was, and the Fiend just gets up and goes to work on Black. Submission victory. I don't want to see the Fiend going for a pin. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to see the Fiend I don't mind seeing the Fiend put on a submission, but I never want to see the Fiend going for a pin. Ever. Ever. Just imagine the Fiend, like, hooking a leg, waiting for the ref to count to 3. Yeah. No. The Fiend needs to just put a submission hold and just hold on to it. And if the Fiend loses matches because he didn't let go of the hold, whatever. Whatever. I think that's the only way the Fiend should lose matches, is if he doesn't let go of the hold. The decision is reversed. Similar to Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole at WrestleMania. Although why they did that. Jerry Lawler's only WrestleMania match was a loss to Michael Cole. Oh, I found out something actually, and I think this is really interesting. We're just watching a stupid video package about Shane McMahon. Shame on you, WWE, by the way. But I found out that the reason that, and I didn't find this out because I'm some kind of Columbo. I found it out because I was watching one of the network shows, and I didn't know this, but the reason that Sting lost to Triple H was because apparently they were going to do Triple H versus The Rock the next year. So that was the plan. It was going to get, like, it was penciled in. So the plan was have Triple H beat Sting, make him look like, like this massive heel. Everyone wanted Sting to win, but Triple H ended up winning. But then do a match and build towards the next year's WrestleMania. It didn't go down that way because The Rock's filming schedule got in the way, so we never got The Rock versus Triple H. But apparently that was the match we were meant to get at WrestleMania 32. I can't remember what we got at 32 instead. What did we get at 32? Was that Roman Triple H? Might have been Roman Triple H, and then at 33 it was Roman Undertaker, I think. I think we had Roman Triple H instead. But yeah, that was just something I thought was interesting. He still shouldn't have lost. For me, that's one of the worst decisions ever, having Sting lose at WrestleMania. Right, the video package has finished, and Shane is saying that he's going to beat up Roman. He's going to humiliate Roman. Elias says that was powerful. This is dull. Okay, so Elias is singing a little song for Shane. R-Truth has come through the crowd. It's being chased by Drake Maverick. R-Truth is in the ring. Here we go. R-Truth, Drake Maverick. Plants Drake Maverick. Goes to the cover. 1, 2, 3. Truth beats Maverick. Do you agree Kevin Owens should be an absolute top star? Yes. Is someone going to beat... Drew McIntyre has taken his jacket off. R-Truth is dancing. There's still a ref in the ring. He's in there with Shane, Drew, Elias. Shane says, "Are you kidding me?" Kick to the midsection. He gets slammed down. They're stomping away on him. Who's going to get the pin, though? Drift away. He's setting him up for a Claymore. So it looks like we might be about to get a new champion. Claymore. R-Truth is down. Elias going for the cover. Elias is the new champ. Elias is the new 24/7 champ. Is someone going to pin Elias now? Or... That's a... I want to say that's Elias' first championship. So Elias with the title. Finally, the 24/7 title has got some prestige. So he's suspended the 24/7 rules. That's stupid. That's stupid. The title's only a week old and we're already suspending the 24/7 rule. Oh, what is going on? Elias won the 24/7 championship. He did. Don't like the fact that 24/7 rule has been suspended. I really don't. What's the point of the 24/7 rule if they're not 24/7? Good point. Days has Baron Corbin, Bobby Lashley or Lio Rush made a new faction, the NBO, New Board Order. I like that. NBO. We got Charlotte and Lacey Evans backstage. They should have just had Drew protecting Elias and Superstars being... Yeah, see wrestling. Good point. Good point. I agree. Shout out to James Barry. Yeah, that was stupid. We've got Lacey and Charlotte backstage at the moment, just cutting a little promo about how they're going to deal with Bayley. And actually, it's Bayley that's coming out now, so that must be our next match. Our next match is going to be Bayley versus Lacey Evans. Vibration, turn it up and give me some more. At least the hardcore title looked cool. That's true. I actually read an interview with Mick Foley. And Mick Foley said, had he have known this was going to be a joke title, had he known that this wasn't going to be taken seriously, he said he wouldn't have presented it as prestigiously. He said that he did it that way because he thought this was a serious belt. He didn't realise it was a joke. Which I thought was very interesting. The 24/7 rule is off until the match is over. Yeah. Charlotte was way more prettier before she's had all the plastic surgeries done. Lacey Evans looks way better in front of her as she's all natural. No way I'm commenting on that. There was an AEW Superstars. Yes, there was a sign about MJF. There was a sign for MJF. Oh, there's a little video package here for TakeOver. Of course, we're going to see Io Shirai against Shayna Baszler. We're going to see Johnny Gargano against Adam Cole. Tyler Breeze against the Velveteen Dream. I think we've got like a fatal four-way. Matt Riddle against Roderick Strong, and then it's like Street Profits versus Forgotten Sons versus Undisputed Era versus some other people that I can't remember. Are you streaming NXT tomorrow? Probs not. I think the final build for this is already done. I don't think there's anything on that show tomorrow. I gotta be honest, we've done it a few times, the go-home shows, and there's never anything that really goes down. So I don't think there's anything that's going to go down tomorrow that we necessarily need to watch and react to. I think it's all about the TakeOver show, so we're 100% doing that, though, this weekend. Yeah, Imtiaz, I'm staying neutral. MJF, yes, MJF. There will be many signs for MJF. The guy's going to be a megastar. I gotta say, I did like his promo at Double or Nothing. I thought that he was excellent. I've not seen a great deal of him, but yeah, I'll have to check out some of his matches because I've never seen a full MJF match. But as I said, I was checking out Orange Cassidy today, and yeah, really liked what I saw. WWE is dying. One like for Wrestling Days, one prayer for WWE. Thank you, Potato Eye, and then I no idea, but thank you. What's next? They suspend the tag team rule. I know, yeah, it's stupid, isn't it? It is stupid. I don't know why they got rid of that 24/7 rule. I like the fact Elias is a champion, though. It's nice to see him with a belt. First belt ever he's held. He wasn't a champion down in NXT. He wasn't a champion over on Raw. He hasn't been a champion on SmackDown. So this is his very first championship. So there we go. Fair play. Akil says SmackDown has been boring. I agree. I think it has been a poor SmackDown. Don't think there's been much to the show at all. The problem is as well that you can't even sit here and look forward to the Funhouse because we've already seen it, and you can't sit here thinking, I wonder what they're going to do for that edgy third hour, because there isn't one. So there's not really anything to sit here and look forward to. It's not in a good place at the moment. It's really not in a good place. Bray will have to break out of limbo, or we have to let him in to be free. That's interesting. Shout out to Priscilla Kelly forever. Check on the first block of the arena in King Abdullah Sports City Stadium on Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat. They said it's suspended until after Elias match. Yeah, no. I still think it's silly it's suspended at all. It's 24/7. It actually says that on the belt. That's the name of the belt. You know what I mean? Like, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You shouldn't be able to suspend it. Ever since they put the Raw and SmackDown writers on both shows, they've been rubbish. I think it was a bit rubbish even before that. Oh my god, Mandy Rose has tweeted about Carmella and Corey Graves. Charlotte is at ringside. Bayley is in the ring. Just waiting for the Southern Belle to make her way down. Bayley does not look happy. She's alright. She's got a little smile on her face. Okay, here comes Lacey. I've been impressed, actually, with Lacey's in-ring work. I think she is a better wrestler than what we had seen. I thought her match at Money in the Bank was very good. So I'm looking forward to this, actually. Bayley against Lacey Evans, I think, could be a good match. WWE were very hot on Lacey Evans, and no one knew why. But as I said, I thought she did a good job at Money in the Bank. So let's see how this plays out. Stomping Grounds. Shout out to National Wrestling. But at least before the writers' shift, at least SmackDown was better. That's a really good point. That's a good point. Lacey equals ratings. There's a big sign in the crowd. Lacey equals ratings. Has that person been planted by Vince McMahon? Are we going to see Baron equals ratings on Raw next week? Number one trend worldwide, hashtag Smackdown Live. Can someone tell me what people are saying? Like, what are people saying? Why is it the number one trend? I can only imagine it's, wow, Smackdown Live isn't very good this week. Let's have a look. Let's Google it. Well, tweet it. Let's see. Hashtag Smackdown Live. Boom. Or maybe it's about Elias. Don't know. Let's click on latest. Okay, someone says, I am in love with Lacey Evans. Where's Liv Morgan? Where's Ember Moon? Where's Mickie James? Where's Asuka? Where's Kairi Sane? Where's Lana? Someone get me a magnifying glass, for crying out loud. Come on, Bayley. Everything about Lacey Evans is on point. Becky versus Lacey 2 will happen at Stomping Ground. Becky then faces Bayley on the same night for the SmackDown Women's title. Losing due to Lacey again. That's someone's theory. WWE had a golden opportunity to have Drew McIntyre be the guy on Raw, but no, they just fed him to Roman. I only have one question. Who wants to walk with Elias? Congratulations, Elias. Lacey equals ratings. Someone tweeting out that you aren't MJF picture. At least SmackDown can make it onto the trending list, unlike Raw. People are really impressed with Lacey Evans. There's a lot of love here for Lacey Evans. A lot of love. Lacey is great. The Queen looks stunning in pink. That's it. That's about it. Have you seen the video of Jon Moxley meeting Baddie Boy and smoking on AEW channel? No. Ember is reading 6 magazines backstage. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Waleed says it's now going to be the 23 hours 40 minutes /7 championship now. I like that. I like that. The 23:40/7 championship. It does roll off the tongue. I give you respect for that. Pushing Shane McMahon is idiotic. Well, look, unless you push him off the show, if you push him off the show, that would be a good move. Here's a real question. Where are the colognes? Good point. Good point. Days, is this a new title? What, the 23-hour 40-minute/7 championship? No, it's basically what we're calling the 24/7 title, considering that's not 24/7 anymore. WWE stands for Watering Watermelons Exclusively. Wow. Bayley is the best. Whole women's division is a joke. Days, do you think Buddy Murphy will win the 50-man battle royal? No. I think that could be Lars Sullivan. I think they're going to want someone impressive to win in front of the Saudi Arabia crowd. I don't think Buddy Murphy looks that impressive. Lars Sullivan does. So I could see Lars winning it. Right, we're going back to SmackDown. Bayley versus Lacey Evans. Raw and SmackDown are nowhere even close to being as good as AEW. Well, AEW's had one show, so let's see what it's like week in, week out. 2. Kick out by Bayley. Charlotte making a really good point there. Charlotte saying that she has been NXT, Divas, Raw, and SmackDown Women's Champion. So, just because she's not won those new tag belts, that doesn't mean that she's not a Grand Slam champion. If I was Charlotte, I would want to go after those tag titles. Lacey going for a cover. Bayley kicking out. Lacey has got Bayley by the hair, stomping away. As I said, I've been impressed with Lacey. Oh, Lacey gets caught. Lacey hanging on. Oh, nice. Stunner. Type move through the ropes, and Lacey goes to the outside. Bayley goes to the outside. Nice. Kicking through the ring post clothesline. Lacey Evans down on the outside. Charlotte taking off her headphones. Oh, Bayley with a forearm smash to Charlotte. And Charlotte's trying to get into the ring. Lacey rolling up Bayley, but the ref's not seeing it. He is now. 1. Kick out. Bayley reversing. 1, 2, 3. Bayley gets the win. Bayley wins. I wonder if Lacey's going to be upset with Charlotte. Charlotte asking Bayley to get back into the ring. I'm a viewer from Lake Jackson, Texas. Hello, my friend. Thank you for joining us. Have you seen the new NXT Takeover figures? Who do you think will be the 4th superstar in Series 5? I don't think there will be. I don't think they've got one ready to go. And yeah, they've been announced a long time ago. We'd seen them a long time ago. There's just been new packaging images. Charlotte attacking Lacey. I don't know what. That's not going to be a face turn for Lacey. And Charlotte's already a heel. So we've kind of got 2 heels turning on each other. Is this going to build to a triple threat? Is this going to be Charlotte versus Lacey versus Bayley? I feel like that's where we're heading. Bayley watching on, loving what she's seeing. We've got R-Truth, Carmella backstage. Roman Reigns and R-Truth against Drew McIntyre and Elias. I like when matches don't end in finishers. Every match doesn't need to. It's a good point. Well, that Lacey and Charlotte friendship disintegrated quick. It did, didn't it? I thought they could have been tag partners, gone for them tag belts. Charlotte and Lacey against the Iconics. Like, that'd be cool. At Stomping Ground, you could have done Charlotte and Lacey against the Iconics. You could have done Bayley versus Becky. Winner would then be 2 belts. Would it be Becky 2 belts or Bayley 2 belts? So you could have had that match. You could have had Charlotte and Lacey against the Iconics. Like, I think that would have made a lot of sense. Wheel is in about 15-20 minutes time. Yet another yawn match. It didn't really get much time, and to be honest, I think a lot of the focus was on Charlotte that was at ringside. So yeah, I kind of feel sorry for them in a way, because I feel like if that was a pay-per-view match, it would have gone much better. Are you going to continue the weirdest figure series? It was my favourite. It didn't get the likes. I said that I was going to continue it if it got so many likes, and it didn't. It stopped getting likes. So I just kind of presumed that people weren't as into it anymore. So I did a special one, a Bray Wyatt special one, and that did okay. But yeah, it was starting to not get the reaction that it was at the start. Like, people were really into it at the time, but I don't know, for whatever reason, it just kind of, people, I don't think they lost interest. I don't know. Perhaps the superstars weren't the right superstars we were looking at. I'm not sure. I don't know. Hey Days, are you going to stream NXT Takeover? Yes. Can you add the 24/7 title? No. Days, my dad doesn't like anything to do with wrestling. Okay. Hey Days, love the videos. Thank you very much, Wolf Zenix. I really appreciate the support, dude. Kane Monster, do you think I can replace Eric? Yes, he is, because he's in my house right now. Could have had wrestling. I think we've answered everything on screen at the moment. So, half an hour left. Half an hour left. We've got a horrible tag match coming. I'm not looking... I just don't care. I don't care about Roman and R-Truth against Elias and Drew McIntyre. I just do not care. So, not excited for that. And that's going to be, I'm guessing, our main event. I should imagine when we come back from this ad break, will show us the Firefly Funhouse. And that might be it for SmackDown. I really think this has been a very disappointing show. I think it's been very flat. Very flat. There's really been nothing that I can say I would want to go back and watch again. I think the biggest moment might have been Elias winning the 24/7 championship. That's it. That's it. Shout out to Metro Man. Been watching long before WrestleMania 1, and to be honest, I'm not that impressed anymore with WWE. I think they're just going through a slump. I think they're just going through a bad spell at the moment. I feel like the Funhouse is good. And I feel like there's a few... I mean, they've got a very talented roster. You know, you look at the likes of Cesaro, Andrade, Ali. Rey Mysterio can still bring the goods. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan. The Undertaker returns next Monday. You know he's going to come out and say, I buried many people. They will rest in peace forever. Goodbye. And that'll be it. It'll be something along those lines. The Undertaker on Raw, though. That's cool. Undertaker on Raw. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, smash that subscribe. We're back for NXT this weekend. And Undertaker is on Raw next Monday. The Dead Man, the Phenom. He is on Raw. You should do a best Raw and SmackDown roster figures video. It's been done, Waleed. If you go onto the channel, just search best figures SmackDown Wrestling Days in YouTube. You'll find it. Days, would you do a video about superstars who will most likely never get a figure? Done it. If you go onto YouTube, search superstars, never get a figure, Wrestling Days. There's a video. You can watch it. I've done nearly 3,000 videos. I think we've done like 2,800 videos. We've covered a lot of topics. A lot of topics. We've still got more to come. There's a lot more that I've got planned, but yeah, we've done those videos. Days, how'd you feel about AEW? I like it. Also, Jim Ross is now commentating. Yep. It's awesome to hear him again. I agree. I thought it was a good show, and it was great to hear Jim Ross. A whole dark hour is booked for Undertaker's entrance. Yeah, there's just a little video thing now promoting Triple H and Randy Orton. We've seen this 3 times already. Days, watch. I've seen a few videos, dude. I wish they would stop promoting returns. Yeah, I'd like some character development. I'd like a bit of promotion for a superstar. Look, they've done one vignette for Aleister Black and it was awful. In Jeddah. They're having to get all these legends to do these matches over in Jeddah because the current roster just do not want to go. This promo is boring. I don't disagree. What do you think Sami's punishment was? I don't think he was punished. I think it was in the script. I think he was meant to say AEW. Eric Bell Jr., well done. A cringe era street fight. Look at that. An actual poll, not for a championship. Very cool. Eric Bell Jr. winning a street fight in our poll. 35 votes as well. That's a lot of votes. Very cool. Well done, Eric Bell Jr. The game. Okay, what we got coming up? We've got that blonde woman. I can't remember her name. I found out her name yesterday during that electric chair segment. Here's Andrade and Zelina. I saw their ride along. It was a lot of fun. It was really good. That was brutal. That powerbomb into that ladder. Yeah, man. That Money in the Bank pay-per-view was excellent. I really enjoyed it. So Finn saying the doctors don't think it's wise for him to compete. I like this. I'm into this Andrade Finn Balor feud already. Andrade staring right at us. I like this. Super Showdown. Finn Balor versus Andrade. Demon versus Andrade. Cool. Right. Main event time with 20 odd minutes to go. Here comes the big dog, Roman Reigns. And R-Truth. Should be Roman Reigns and Lance Anoa'i. I don't know what he's called. So pleased that they're ending SmackDown with a tag team match. You really don't see enough of them, do you? I think it's good R-Truth is in the main event because I like him. But I don't like tag matches. Well, I do if they're proper tag teams. Days, my family is going to a live event on July 13th. Andrade, Ali, Flair, Bailey, maybe Roman and more. Very cool, dude. WWE Figs. Depends where you live. Good few weeks. No repeat of the Funhouse. Oh, I'm sure there will be. We're going to a commercial break, so it might be when we come back. Don't know. Right, let's do our last Wheel of Fun, shall we? Let's do our last Wheel of Fun. Right, it's the Wheel of Fun. Everybody loves the Wheel of Fun. What was that? Is that the wheel? It's the Wheel of Fun. Dun-dun-dun. Wheel of Fun, last Wheel of Fun. Wheel of Fun. Wheel of Fun. If you're watching and you haven't subscribed, I know pretty much everyone watching will have. Really appreciate the support. Obviously, we're back this weekend for NXT Takeover. Smash that subscribe. Smash the like as well. I don't think it makes a difference, but just do it. Doesn't hurt. Maybe it does hurt. I don't know. Oh, that would hurt. Okay, no. Giveaway! Giveaway! We are maxed out on figures. I am out of figures. I'm going to have to give away another kids magazine. I'm going to have to do another kids magazine. So another WWE kids magazine. This might be my last one as well. We are maxing out giveaways at the moment. Absolutely destroying giveaways. So we have got a WWE Kids magazine. If you saw earlier in the stream, then we were wearable, title, keyring, stickers, poster, more stickers, top trump cards, and the magazine, and a Wrestling Days article in there. It is all kicking off. So, yeah, we've got all of these articles, competitions. We are going to give away WWE Kids Magazine. We're going to do it to the 15th person that gives me the word Vince. No messing around, straight in. 15th person that gives me the word Vince. You're going to win that magazine. I'll ship it anywhere in the world. You could live in the Antarctica. I don't mind. 15th person that gives me the word Vince. Here we go, here we go, here we go. No Vinces yet. Okay, we've got a Vonce. We've got a Vonce. I can't count that. The first one that came through was Vonce. Vonce McMahon. Hello, I am Vonce McMahon. That's who should be running this. Vonce. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well done, Jackson Oak. Jackson Oak. You are a winner! Well done, Jackson Oak. WWE Kids Magazine. Jackson Oak, named after his favourite singer, Janet Jackson. I'm not going to go down the Michael Jackson road. Janet Jackson and his favourite tree, an oak tree. Right, Funhouse. We saw this yesterday. So you start with a slanted picture. Then we've got the paper plate with the Fiend painted onto it. Hi. Did you enjoy his secret? So we learned that it's called The Fiend. And we learned that it's here to protect us. That's quite interesting. When he says people say and do horrible things, the kids cheer again. That's interesting. He talks about how he can be anything when he becomes the Fiend. That is definitely something there. I mean, why is there more flowers? Abby calling Bray a sicko. Do you know what? That's quite interesting. Abby calls him a sicko, and he goes, I'm not a sicko. You know that. It really feels like, you know, when you've got, like, someone, like a psychiatric kind of person, and they're struggling, like, mental. Some people don't want to admit that they've got, like, mental health issues. I kind of just, for a brief second, I got that vibe. The limbo thing, obviously very important, because that's where a lot of people think they are kind of caught between heaven and hell. I think he's more institutionalized. I really think this is all playing out in his head. The fact that he reacted so passionately about the fact that he just got called a sicko. You're a friend. The painting is more crooked than normal. I don't know if it is. I'd have to go back and have a look. I had a lot of people saying that it was crooked. And that it wasn't before. And it's like, no, it definitely was. People over there, what's up? Did anyone else notice he was only wearing a red shirt at the end? What, he wasn't wearing any trousers? Or R-Truth getting attacked by Elias. People over there, what's up? Did anyone else notice he was only wearing a red shirt at the end? We spoke about that. Roman had to sit in the ring by himself for 8 minutes. That's true. Should do a breakdown of the Funhouse doing that tomorrow. He will never let Abby rest. That means he controls her. That's a good point. Breakout of limbo could mean a mental prison or mental institution. We've spoken about this before. That's not my theory. I agree that's what's happening. I think it is a mental institution. I think Bray is in a mental institution. We have spoke about this in great detail. If you've not seen some of my breakdown videos of the Funhouse, I'm not saying it to promote the videos. I'm saying it because, legit, I think there's some really interesting stuff in there. There's basically theories that people have got that I talk about in those videos. And one of them is the fact that he is in a mental institution, and there's some old tweets that are kind of connected to that, and some really interesting stuff, so check them out if you've not seen them. The shirt under his red shirt was gone at the end. Okay? Could be something in that. I need to stay in this winner takes all match. Shout out James Barry. They should use tag teams on the tag team division instead of the 24/7 title like Drew Gallows. Yes, I agree. You're right. They shouldn't be using tag teams in the 24/7 thing. They should be using them to compete against Daniel Bryan and whatever. I agree. see any of that they are leaving. I did. Soja, is it Soja? I did. I saw Maria Kanellis saying that her contract was up in 3 weeks' time. But honestly, would they really bring that much to the AEW? Like, they have been awful, I think, down in 205 Live. They've not brought anything to that product. Days, on your poll, it asked if Raw was going to be better than Raw instead of SmackDown better than Raw. Oh, I made a mistake, did I? Thank you very much, Victory Jones. Really appreciate it. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to really dig into this one, see what I can find. I spoke about it earlier, but I appreciate there's people that are like joining all the time. This is what I was showing people earlier. It's a 1981 horror film called The Funhouse, and its main character is a clown. Now, I said this earlier, I'm not saying that is connected. I'm not saying that is, what The Funhouse is based on. I'm just saying it's very interesting how similar that is to what we've got now. This is called The Funhouse, not the Firefly Funhouse, and its main character is a clown, a sinister clown. So I'm very interested in actually watching this film. I wonder if it's on Netflix. It's probably not. But I would like to see that film and just kind of see, what if there's anything that might be a bit of a clue in there. Is there any other things that fit? I'm just really interested in watching it. So that might be what I do tonight. Tonight, I legit might be trying to see if I can find that Funhouse film. If I turn on my TV actually and go onto Netflix, I wonder if I can see if it's on there now. I'm going to have a look. Let's jump onto Netflix. I am like proper multitasking right now. Let's jump over to Netflix and see if it is on there. Matt, if it's on there, I am going to be so happy. Super happy. Oh, just come off. Wrong button. Are you excited for Super Showdown? Not really. Not really. I think it's a money thing. I mean, I know it's a money thing. And, look, do I really care about Triple H, Randy Orton? No. I do care about Finn Balor, Andrade, but I think because it's the Demon, I think there's no way Finn loses. And the 50-man Battle Royal I think would be okay, but I think it's just going to have a load of jobbers filling it out. I don't think that Funhouse is on Netflix by the looks of it. Funhouse Massacre. Ooh, there's something called Funhouse Massacre. That's interesting. But not Funhouse, the film. What's that Funhouse Massacre? That's got a clown as well. Let's click on that. After escaping a secret asylum, 6 lunatic killers take over a local Halloween haunted house, turning unsuspecting revelers into their latest prey. It's from 2015, and it's called Funhouse Massacre. Oh, okay. Well, I might end up watching that. Let's go down to the Funhouse. See if there's anything for that. Days, do you think Vince should give WWE to Triple H? No. I don't. I think he should give him creative, but I don't think he should give him the whole company, because I think Vince is one of the best businessmen out there, and I think Vince does a lot. I mean, look at what WWE is. It's a global company now, and that has all happened under the watchful eye of Vince McMahon. No, you don't kick Vince McMahon out of WWE. It'll be a sad day when Vince is gone from WWE. But it'll be a great day once he gives over creative control. Days, I've watched the Funhouse Massacre. It's really good. Oh, okay. Well, I legit might be watching that after SmackDown finishes. In fact, I'm going to reword that. I'm going to be watching that after SmackDown finishes. What if the institution where Bray is at has the word Firefly in it? Yeah, that's a great shout. Great shout. Do you think AEW will invade WWE? No way. Days, how can I send fan mail? You can't, unfortunately, at the moment. Belly to belly suplex by Drew McIntyre. Days, the picture is more leaned. I checked. Okay. Okay. McIntyre in there. Trading blows with R-Truth. I gotta be honest, this is awful. Awful. This is just a horrible way to end the show. Horrible, horrible, horrible. A whole lot of horrible. It's just not fun. I'm not entertained. It's a pointless tag match. I just don't know why they're doing it. When Vince goes, we will celebrate what he has done. Time's up for him creative-wise. Completely agree. He should give creative to Triple H. But I get a lot of people asking me, should he give WWE to Triple H? The answer is no. He shouldn't give WWE to Triple H, but he should give creative. Should Andrade win the IC at Super Showdown? Nope. I don't think the Demon should be defeated yet. I think the Demon can be defeated. And maybe the Demon should be defeated by the Fiend. Imagine the Demon versus the Fiend. That could be fun. Days, are you live streaming Joshua versus Ruiz Jr.? I gotta be honest, I don't think so, because I think it's on at the same time as NXT Takeover. And if I have to choose, I have to choose wrestling. So if it was on at a different time, then yes, we would be. But if I have to choose between NXT Takeover, which always delivers, or Joshua against Ruiz. I mean, look, Joshua's surely winning that, so I don't even think it's really that big of a fight. I mean, it is, because it's Joshua, and he's arguably the best heavyweight in the world. I think Joshua is, actually. I think Joshua would beat Deontay Wilder, but we'll know when they finally collide. Against the ropes goes R-Truth. Firing up some kicks on Drew McIntyre. Elias into the corner. Days, how do you afford all your figures on YouTube? I am very fortunate in that Mattel have been sending me through some this year. They hadn't before. It's only been, I want to say, this year that they've sent a few things through. And I've been very, very fortunate. And I do not, for 1 second, take that for granted. And so, yeah, that's how, basically. And honestly, there's loads of figures I don't buy. I talk about a lot of figures, but I simply can't afford to buy a lot of them. So, I don't. And then I have people saying, oh, are you going to go and meet The Undertaker? And it's like, no, because that's £150. Yes, it's on at the same time. What? Joshua Ruiz will be on after Takeover. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we will. I'll have a look at it. Maybe we will do both. Maybe I'll do an NXT stream and then I'll do a Joshua stream after. I'll look into it. Drive by to Elias. We're down to the final few minutes. Big strike by Roman. Do you think Shane will be 24/7 champ? I'm sure he will. Kick by Elias against the ropes. Roman ducking underneath. Spear. Roman with a spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman wins. Horrible main event. Horrible show. Horrible. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Figures become an endless cash pit. I know, dude. I know. Shout out to Landon Cena. Days, my bro gets 200 a week. He is 14. Wow. Usually boxing main events in the US take place at around 4 or 5 here in the UK. Okay. Who do you think will get oh, that's a great question. Oh, I love that from Jason. Who will be? Let me know. You tell me who's going to be the next statue. I'm going to say Hulk Hogan. Truth is crawling over. Is he going to win back his title? 1, 2, 3, and he does. R-Truth gets back his 24/7 championship. That's nice. I like that. R-Truth gets his title back. Thanks to Roman. Roman should turn heel now. Roman turns heel, takes out R-Truth, pins him, wins the title. The wrestling landscape changes. That'd be awesome. But it doesn't. Instead, R-Truth wins back his title. That was cool. I like the end. I like that end. That was a good ending. I'll give him that. I'm happy to criticise if it's not good, but I did enjoy that moment with R-Truth getting his belt back, so that was good. Stone Cold. Oh, yes, we do need a Stone Cold. Hogan, Stone Cold, Rock, you're right. Well, you can't have 3. You've got to pick one. Shane McMahon for the next statue because he's the best in the world. Yes. Buddy Rogers. I don't think there's much love for Buddy Rogers. He was their first champion, but they never talk about him. He was their first champion, but he wasn't actually champion for that long. He was only the champion for a few weeks. And then he dropped it to Bruno Sammartino. So Buddy Rogers, I don't know. I mean, from a historical point of view, I suppose you could say that he maybe should, but I don't know. He's in the Hall of Fame, but the statue is the next level above Hall of Fame. So I agree with people. It's got to be Hogan, Stone Cold, or The Rock. Although saying that, it was Roddy Piper this year, wasn't it? Roddy Piper got a statue, so we've not had a Macho Man. Could be Macho Man. There's not been a Shawn. There's not been a Bret. The statues are so special. I really love the statue idea. I think it's really good. Because there's only one every year, so it's kind of in a way what the Hall of Fame should have been. Just one every year. You just honor one person. Ric Flair's already had a statue, dude. Did you see Hogan recording audio? I didn't, but I'm not surprised. Ric Flair's had a statue. Chyna, too soon. She's not even in the Hall of Fame on her own, let alone getting a statue. Warrior has had a statue. Miss Elizabeth, don't know. Stone Cold Wrestling Days. When do you think superstar Billy Graham will go in the Hall of Fame? Hasn't he fallen out with WWE? And is he not already? I thought he was in. I thought Billy Graham was in. He had a DVD. So if they did a DVD on him, did they not put him in the Hall of Fame? Superstar Billy Graham. Let's have a look. I should be going now. I'm watching a film about the Funhouse, but Superstar Billy Graham. Let's have a look. Is he not in? He's in. He went in 2004. WWE Hall of Fame, class of 2004. So he's in. Would you like a physical Hall of Fame? Yes. Hogan needs one. Probably WWE wouldn't exist without him. I agree. Do you think they'll ever give Goldberg one? Maybe. He was main event talent, wasn't he? So maybe. Maybe it's not an answer, is it? I suppose. I'll say yes. Eventually he will get one, but I don't think he's probably like, if you used to write down 100 people that deserve him, he'd be on the list, but he'd be towards the bottom. Bastion Booger. Owen Hart. They can't do it. They can't even put him in the Hall of Fame because his widow won't let them. Poll is still up for a minute. Yep, so we'll wait for the poll to finish. John Moxley versus Joey Janela at Fyter Fest. Ooh, okay. Bob Backlund. Yeah, Bob Backlund. Yes. WWE NASCAR Fan 2020. Bob Backlund does deserve one. He held the title for about 4 years, didn't he? And then he came back in the 90s, had a great run, a heel run. I'm a big Bob Backlund fan. It was the one figure I asked Bill for. When I first met Bill McKenna at Wrestling Shop Live in 2017, I said, can we please get a Bob Backlund? And then in 2018, we got a Bob Backlund. Now, I'm not saying that was down to me. He was probably already working on it, but it was the only figure that I asked him for. And then the next year we got it. I didn't ask him for one this year. I should have asked for one, shouldn't I? If I asked him, if I was to ask for one, I would say, when is that Wendy Richter coming out? Because you showed it, and now I don't have it. So why don't I own it? Why is it not in my collection? Where is Wendy Richter? That's what I would say. Won't be Bret Hart after he showed up at AEW. That's a good point. Thank you very much, BRT Reese Money. BRT Reese Money. I don't even know what that is. British Money. Dusty Rhodes has got one. Shane McMahon. Gorilla Monsoon. Oh, Eric Plumley. Yes. Yes. There's an argument you could have Gorilla and Bobby as like a commentary duo. Because like if you was going to do one of a tag team, you'd have two, wouldn't you? You couldn't just put in like Hawk on his own or Animal. Like you'd have to put in Legion of Doom. So there's a bit of an argument. You could put in Gorilla and Bobby. They were, so synonymous together. When I think of Gorilla, I think of Bobby Heenan. I know Bobby was a great manager as well, but kind of, two birds, one stone. I think that would be awesome. Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan together in that statue form. And even Bobby, when he went into the Hall of Fame, he said he had one wish and he just wished that Gorilla was there. So, they were the best of friends. And that would be great. That would be really cool. I'm so excited for that battle pack. Legitimately, there is a Bobby Heenan Gorilla Monsoon battle pack coming out later this year. I think it's a Walmart exclusive though, so it's going to be a nightmare to get here in the UK, but I am desperate for that. Desperate! Really want a Gorilla Monsoon. Well done, Eric Bell Jr. Eric Bell Jr. Winner takes all. We've got brand new champion, Eric Bell Jr. There we go. Well done, dude. Have you got any Undertaker memorable moments, Survivor Series 97? No, I've never seen it. It is rare. I saw it on the Zack Ryder Hawkins video that was on the WWE YouTube channel. Bob Backlund deserves one because he made Darren Young great again. Mean Gene statue. San Martino has got one. He had one whilst he was still alive, which was brilliant. It was great that he got to see it. Because obviously he passed away shortly after. Demolition would be cool. James Ellsworth needs a statue. No. Right, that's it, guys. That is it. I am going to go off and start work on a Firefly Funhouse video, and watch that film. If you feel free to watch it if you've got Netflix. It's called Funhouse Massacre. It's a horror film. I'm just going to see if there's anything in there that looks, might get a little bit of inspiration from that. I really wanted to watch The Funhouse from 1981. Because that lead character is a clown. Although, on this little thumbnail thing, I can see a clown as well, so, don't know. I'm going to go off and do that anyway. Thanks a lot for watching, really appreciate it. We are back this weekend for NXT Takeover. Then, we might be doing the boxing as well. And that depends how much it costs, because I know that is pay-per-view. And then we're back for Raw, back for Smackdown. It never ends. It never ends. So thanks a lot for watching. Really do appreciate it. Have a great time wherever you are doing whatever you're doing, as long as it's legal and good. And I will see you again next time. Bye for now.